Okay, so the thing we are discussing now, we have to put the value here. So here integer a equal to new integer. Now I am showing it using the integer. It is not that you have to use the integer. You can done using any of the primitive type to any of wrapper class type. You can do that. But here as an example, I am showing the integer type. So here from wrapper class to the primitive type. So that's why you see this is the wrapper class we have mentioned, integer. This is the wrapper class we have, and this is what, this is the integer class object equal to new integer. This is what, this is the wrapper class, and as a parameter, let's say as a parameter, what we are doing, as a parameter we are passing, let's say a value. This value we are passing. Now here we have to convert it into the primitive type. So integer wrapper class primitive type is what? Integer wrapper class primitive type is int. So that means we have to use the int here. So int a with the object a dot int value. This is what, this is the explicit doing. This is the explicit conversion, converting from integer to int explicitly. For explicitly doing, we can do that, but we can also do this using, let's say we can directly write also. This is the unboxing concept. We have already also seen the auto boxing that one is the explicitly we are mentioning, and another one is the internally it is producing. So here you see, here explicitly we are mentioning, that means this integer class object. So that means with this object we are calling the int value method. That means this a object is containing this 9 value. So that means with this we are calling the int value method. So this method will do what? This method will convert, this method will convert our integer to int, from integer wrapper class to int primitive type. Int primitive type it will convert. But this is what, this is explicitly we are doing. But if let's say we didn't mention that, we didn't mention that and we only write like this, then also that same value you will see, because if you write like this, then the compiler internally will do this in value processing of the operations of this in value. This compiler will do inside automatically. So this will be done. That's why now compiler will write the int value method internally. So this will what, if we print this, then we will see the values. So if we print this, let's say,
Sir, you have missed semicolon.
yes, correct. You see all the values are shown, because a value, that's a containing the 9. So they are also 9 for I also, that is the 9 will be shown, and for j also the 9 will be shown. So this is the process, this is the auto boxing and unboxing concept. So basically what meant the thing for auto boxing, conversion of our conversion using the our from primitive to the wrapper class, and unboxing is for primitive to wrapper class to primitive type. Now here I have only shown you the integer type, but others are also there. For other cases you have to do then another process for the primitive types there is also present. So for unboxing of that, like for byte it will be for primitive to object. Then first we have to create the object, and using that primitive object we have to print the values. So for other cases also it is possible, but I have shown you only the only the one wrapper class and one primitive type. The others cases are also there. Okay, but for example, this is the thing. This is the thing of the wrapper classes. Okay, so now we have seen the wrapper class. So wrapper classes concept we have seen. Now we will see the concept of the call by value and the call by reference. Now basically in the C also you have done this call by value and call by reference thing. That what is the call by value?
हेलो
Call by
सर.
value.
सर ये रन किया ना तो मेरा में सर एरर दिखा, वार्निंग दिखा रहा है.
अच्छा
रिमूवल इंटीजर इन इंटीजर हैज बीन डिप्लिकेटेड एंड मार्क फॉर रिमूवल.
अच्छा दादा रुको, हम तुमको शेयरिंग का ऑप्शन देते हैं. शेयर करो तो दिखाओ एक बार. ऑप्शन दे दिए शेयरिंग का. हाँ.
सर इज इट विजिबल?
यस इट इज विजिबल.
सर ये वार्निंग दिखा रहा है लेकिन उसके बाद फिर भी रन कर जा रहा है. ये वार्निंग क्यों दिखा रहा है वो बता दीजिए सर.
ये कभी कभी तुम्हारा ये जो वर्जन है क्या 1.8 के आगे है, मतलब 1
यस
पॉइंट
सर,
जो. हाँ तो कभी कभी
न्यूएस्ट वर्जन है.
उसमें थोड़ा ओल्ड वर्जन है तो इसीलिए. पहला का जो वर्जन था उसमें क्या था, ये जो ऑटो बॉक्सिंग अनबॉक्सिंग इसका कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं था. बट अभी का जो वर्जन है उसमें आते हैं. ये कोई एरर नहीं है,
ओके
ये
सर.
वार्निंग दे रहा है. तो
यस सर.
वार्निंग दे रहा है, एरर नहीं है.
यस सर.
ठीक है रुको. So the thing we are discussing that call by value and call by reference. So call by value and call by reference concept, the same concept, but the call by reference basically if we say that call by reference it cannot be possible in the Java. Because why it is not possible? Because call by reference means address is there, the pointer concept is there, but we do not have any such pointer concept in the Java. But here how we can do, here we name it as a call by value and call by reference. That if we call a method passing a value, if we call the method passing a value, it will be known as the call by value in Java. It will be the call by value, it will be known. That means the changes being done in the called method will not affect in the calling method. That is the main thing. That means there will be the same thing before change and after change, it will be same. So let's say we will see an example, then it will be clear to you that what I am saying. That first let's say we name it as the class, some name we are giving, let's say operation, and we are storing an integer value. Let's say this is the integer, and void change. This is a method, and this method is taking parameter So data equal to data plus 50. This is what this is changing. This changing. This changes. We said this changes will be in locally. Will be in locally. That means inside this method, this is only valid. That is why it is called the locally. Okay, so it will what? It will be increment the value. Now the main method, public static void main. String args. Operation equal to new operation this is the creation of the object of the class and system dot out dot println before change object is op, so op dot data, then we have to call the method, so op dot change, this is the method we have, and here I am passing, let's say 600. Okay. You see, the value didn't change. That means here the same value is there. That means before change, there is also 50. After change, there is also 50. You see, the value didn't change here. In the call by value, we know that that in call by value, the value is not changed. So that's why when the value will be changed, if we pass here, we are passing the, what we are passing here, we are passing the values. So we are passing the value here, we are passing 600. So that's why the value is not changed. But instead of there, if we pass the object, then the value we will see that it will change if we pass the object here. But here we are passing the value. So if we pass the value, in that case, the thing will be same. But instead of here, in this position, if we pass the object, we will see what? The value will be changed. So that means in here also, we have to pass, instead of here, we have to pass the object. So a small change. So for seeing that changes, here you see before also there is 50, the same data, and after also we are seeing the 50, same thing we are seeing. That's why if we want to see the changes, then instead of passing the data, here what as a parameter we are passing? Data. Instead of passing the data, we have to pass the object. If we pass the object, then we will see the changes. So I will show you that. I will show you that how this is changing. If we pass it, let's say this we take as the, for another example. Now let's say we are giving it as the name operation 2 for our class, and instead of passing the data or passing the values, here we'll passing the object. So object of whom? Whom's object? This class object we will pass here. That means operation 2 and the object name we will write as the parameter here. So operation 2, this is the class name, and let's say the object is OP. So that means what change here it will happen? What here it will happen? If you remember the copy constructor method, this is what? This is in the copy constructor. We have passed the object. Same as that here also. So what changes here it will be? In this statement, what changes will be there? With this object we have to call. This is the simple change. This simple change we have to done only. Other thing not, other than that. So that means with the object we have to call that. So op.data, this is through this object, and also this. So changes will be what? This changes will be on the instance variable. And here what we will do, this object, and instead of here we will pass this object. Only these changes we have to do. We have to pass the object. So in this case we didn't use the in C we have know that call by reference concept, but in the call by reference here we didn't pass any values like that. We didn't pass any pointer concept, because pointer concept is not in the Java. Here to see the changes in the call by reference, we have to pass only what? We have to pass the object. So you see, that's why these changes we have done. Instead of passing the values, here we have passed the object. So when we will pass the object, that means this will be object.data, then object.data. These things should be changed. And when we are calling, this is what? This is the calling. This is the calling portion. That means this is the function call. The function definition is here. We know that function calling is the one statement, but function definition is what? function definition, that means when this will be done, first this will be object created, then this object dot data, that means this will be called. So after this will be called, then the compiler or the JVM will find object dot change. So the change method will call. Change method will call means this method will be called in that time. So inside of this, the operations will be performed, and after that we will see the result again. So this is the thing. This is the thing that if you remember in the C, first we know that we in the main we call the function calling, but we write another there, that is the function definition. This is the same thing, that we are calling the function, and this is what, this is the function definition. So but in Java we called it as a method, so that's why this is what, this is the method we are calling, and here this is the method definition. This is what, this is our method definition. This is the thing. So what will happen now? If we see, we will see the changes. Now let's say what happens. You see, before change the value is 50, and after change here the value is 100. So that means the value is changed, but in this case we didn't see that. Okay, so this is the difference. This is the difference for the call by value and the call by reference concept. समझ में आया सबको? कौन सी जगह में प्रॉब्लम है, समझ में आया? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
It is clear to you? So I am basically asking to everyone that it is clear कि क्या हो रहा है बेसिकली चीज. This is the basics things of the our call by value and call by reference concept. That in the call by value, the value doesn't changed, but here the value is changed. So now we will see already in our class we have already discussed about that, but I will also again explaining this, the problem that I will explain. When I have already discussed the string, in that time I have already discussed about it, that here what is happening for the string, we know that string is not mutable. String is not mutable, but for there is a problem that arises, and that case here the string is we known as the string as the we called as the immutable. The string in Java are the immutable, and where this string reside, this string reside in the java.lang.string. This is the class java.lang package. Inside of it there is a class named string present. So there is the string class present, and strings in Java are immutable. So that means once a string is created, we couldn't change the values of it. So to solve that problem, we uses the string buffer class, because string buffer class is mutable. So basically in this programming, what happening, you see, first we have used string s1 equal to EC. This thing we have already written. So that means always when we write, then the compiler will always check. Here the compiler always check, that means JVM will first check if there is any value named EC in the string constant pool, because there is a string constant pool present, and inside of this string constant pool any value EC is present or not. So that's why it will first check the string constant pool that any value EC is present, but you see there is no value EC is present. So that means it will write EC here. It will write EC. Then it is done using creating the string literals. It is done by using creating the string literals. And another way we know that we can create the string in two ways. One is the string literals and another is using the new keyword. This two way we can create. So first one we have created using the string literals. So first, when string s1 equal to EC we write, JVM will do what? It will check the string constant pool. In the string constant pool, it will not find the EC, so it will store the EC there. No problem. Then again, string s2 equal to new string classes. As a parameter, we are passing classes. That means now classes will be stored. Now classes will be stored. So classes is what? So same way in the string constant pool it will see, and there is what? There is classes is what? Classes is the new. There is no word classes present in the string constant pool. So it will store classes also as a different memory location, in the different memory location, because both are not same. So different memory location it's stored, so classes is also stored. Then after it is saying we are calling the concat method. We are calling the concat method. Now by using which we are calling the concat method? We are calling the concat method using the object of this first, that means s1 object. So using s1 object, that means ec.concat easy classes. So that means what is happening? It is happening that EC easy classes. But this is what? This is also in the string constant pool. When it will see, it will find that there is no such thing in like EC easy classes. So that means for EC easy classes, another memory location will be present. Another memory location will be assigned. So that means for this three different memory location is assigned for that. So for EC there is a memory location, for classes there is also a memory location, for EC classes, because this is also a new word, it is not present in the string constant pool. So for this also a new memory location is created. So that means S1 is holding this. S1 is the memory reference, and this memory reference is holding this memory location. It is not holding this because these two are different. EC and EC easy classes, these two words are different. So that means there will be two other memory location. So that means S1 will only hold this. Another memory reference will be there which will hold the EC easy classes. So another memory reference will be there for that. Not S1 will not hold that, because S1 will only, if only it will hold this EC, because EC and EC easy classes both word are not same. So if both word are not same, that means in different memory location they will be stored. So if in different memory location they are stored, that means they have different memory reference. So that's why when we call this or when we see the output, we will only able to see EEC there. If we run this, we will see only EEC there. I will show you that you see, we will see that EEC only, not EEC easy classes. But you say, yes, sir, it can happen. It is already we are concatenating. Then why we are not seeing that EEC easy classes there? This, for this reason, we are not seeing that, because two memory reference, different memory reference are there. So that's why we are not seeing this. So if we run this, then we will see you see, we are seeing EEC. We are not seeing EEC easy classes. Now, if you want to see EEC easy classes, then what you have to do? You have to explicitly mention. Now, that means what? If we see in the diagram, if we see in this, then EEC is what? EEC is stored here. This is the memory reference, and for EEC the memory reference is what? For EEC the memory reference is S1. So easy classes is another word. So that means you have to explicitly mention, that in this S1, this S1 can also hold, the easy classes. So explicitly you have to mention that, like this. If you do S1 equal to S1 dot concat, then you will able to see that. You see, EEC easy classes. So you have to explicitly mention that, yes, it is holding the memory, same memory reference. It is holding. Then you will able to see that. Okay. So in the first case, we have seen that we have not mentioned that. So that's why we didn't able to see that. But here we are explicitly mentioning that S1 can also hold the EEC easy classes. Also hold the EEC easy classes. So that's why we are able to see it. That's why we are able to see it. Okay. It is clear? समझ में आया सबको?
Yes, sir.
Okay. नीरज, रानू, किसी का और कोई क्वेश्चंस? Okay, so this is the thing. This is the thing of our string concept, and that's why we are seeing the two different values there, because in that time the memory reference is different, but here in this case we are saying that yes, S1 memory reference will hold this. So that's why we are seeing this. But if we didn't mention explicitly there, then it will be the different memory reference. It will be different memory reference, and we will not able to see the value. Okay, so this is the concept of the our using the string programming. Now string is what we have already said, that string is basically immutable. That means once written, string cannot be changed. So to overcome this problem, in the class we have already discussed the string buffer. So we will see now how the string buffer programming, using the string buffer class, we will do the program. So string buffer class program, you see in this string buffer class, there is a method, the most method which we have used, the most used method we have discussed in the class, that append method. There is the append method present, there is the reverse method also present, and there is replace, the replace method, another method, there is the replace which we discussed. Then our another method which is there, we have already discussed these things. So one by one we will see that how these methods work, we will see that. So first we will see the our append method, the append method. So this append method, we will see that what this append method does. So let's say, now here you see, first the thing which we have done here, this is created, we have know that the string can be created using two types. Here in this first we have created using the string literals, and this is what, this is created using the string buffer class by creating the string buffer class object. So string buffer object, the string buffer class object is2 equal to new string buffer, and as a parameter we have sent the classes. Okay, so the first method we will do, that is append, the append method. So basically the time is very less, so that's why I will not, today I will not able to show you, because only less than 1 minute is left. So I will not start today this, in the next class I will start, because in this meantime it will be ended. So thank you everyone. I will discuss this string buffer class concept in the later on, in the next lab class I will discuss about that. But today the time is very less, so that's why I am ending this here. Okay, so
Okay,
thank
sir.
you everyone.
Thank you, sir.
बोलो. Okay, तो सबका जितने तक हम कराए सबका क्लियर है, सबका क्लियर है.
Yes, sir.